So I've just unlocked the striker and I've almost maxed it out, but to be honest, I really wasn't expecting anything too crazy. Don't get me wrong, I love the in all the other cards, it's been a beast of a gun, but it's a rather simple gun. So I wasn't really sure what they could have added to it in this game to spice it up. But just like with the Grow, they've added a couple of new attachments that make these guns feel very unique and a ton of fun to use. In the case of the Striker, the attachment that kind of shakes things up is one of the stocks they've added. It gives you both aim walking speed and aim stability. The reason why this is so good is because everything else in the game that gives you aim walking speed reduces your aim stability. So while you'll get that movement while you're ADSing, your scope will literally wobble with each step. So it makes it very hard to actually acquire your target once you actually see somebody. But I cannot tell you how smooth this thing feels on the Striker. It's actually crazy. But with the case of the Grow, as you guys can see, it is attached to the pistol grip there. So it does take up the slot of the stock and the pistol grip. But it's definitely worth the 2 slots in my opinion. And it kind of opens it up for you to kind of add on other attachments to it. Now this thing isn't like super crazy like the Grow. It does kind of suffer from a couple of things, like the range isn't amazing on it, and then the reload speed is definitely probably one of the slowest reload speeds in the game, aside from LMGs. So I think sleight of hand is almost a must on this gun, but with the range being lower, I almost don't mind it because it almost kind of turns this build or this specific setup almost into like a niche for like smaller maps. I have a ton of fun with this on smaller maps, going around corners and clearing rooms because because you're walking so slow, people don't really hear you. So once they actually do see you peek your arm around that corner, it's very hard for them to react and get that kill a lot of the time. Now it's not the only thing that this gun has. They did actually add another attachment that is pretty cool. It's a 12 round 2-shot burst hollow point round, or hollow point mag, excuse me. And I believe it's the first 2-shot burst gun we have in the game. Now it gives you damage because it's hollow points. You obviously do lose out on a bigger mag and stuff like that, but I was trying this out on my setup with the reduced range, so I do feel like this would work really well with one of the long barrels, but especially with stopping power, this mag is a ton of fun to use, and it heavily rewards accuracy. If you miss your shots, if you hit one of those bullets in the burst, it's actually so much longer to kill somebody versus if you hit all of your shots. So I'm actually pretty excited to try a setup for this gun with a long barrel and this mag. But even still with this setup right here, it was not that it was still a lot of fun to use, excuse me. But yeah, like I said, you guys should definitely try both of these guns out. At first I was kind of annoyed that these attachments were only available for these guns, but like I said, it's kind of turned them into niche guns for certain situations and maps. So I'm enjoying them. Let me know what you guys think of the video in the comments. And I've actually recently started live streaming as well. So if you guys do want to catch me live, then hit that subscribe button. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.
Enemy construction site.